Hey dudes, how to scream like Will Ramos. Let's do it. So, I have to do this for every tutorial I make. It's not a how to sound like, it's a how to scream like. Okay guys, Will Ramos has different vocal folds. He has different throat, different mouth. It's a different instrument, in other words. So, you can't really sound like him, but you can learn the same techniques and you can apply them so that you scream like him, which is the point of the tutorial, right? So pay attention and yeah, let's do it. So I'll start with the lows and mids, I guess. It's pretty simple, but there is some things in there I might do differently than other people. So this is basically my approach to this whole thing, right? So basically for the mids, I have a mid tone. I use fry. You can use like whatever, honestly, like the techniques will apply anyway. Mid tone, that's my normal mid, so I use that. And I will add the tongue placement now. Tongue placement, it's basically tongue like that behind the front row of your teeth. This row, tongue, like that. And well, once you have that, it's gonna sound like this. So without the tongue, with the tongue. Oh, it's different already. Oh, what happened there? Tongue placement. It's a big part of your screaming tone. So you should really try to change it up and add new techniques to your repertoire. Again, without the tongue, with the tongue. Okay, sounds different, but I don't use that tongue placement for mids. I only use it for lows, and I'll show you why. So basically lows, bring the mouth down like that, and like bring the jaw down as well, like that. I don't know if you can see, but like my jaw drops like that. Normal low without the tongue placement would sound like, with the tongue placement it would sound. Now what do? I change the distortion placement. I make it very forward. Why would you want to do that? Well, I'll show you exactly why I want to do that. So I do a U or E sound, which are both very forward, but there are two different sounds, which means you have two options in order to make your distortion placement forward. I most often use the E, but you can use both, right? So I'll show you the U and E without the distortion placement changed. It's with it U. Oh, you recognize it, the toilet bowl. That's how I use it. Personally, that's how I achieve that sound. It's just same tongue placement behind the teeth. Low, like that. And then I do a U or E. So U, E, U, E. Right? These two sounds are very interesting. We hear them all the time. Use them if you want. If you don't want, well, whatever. You suck, I guess. I don't know, man. Next, we need to add variations into it. This doesn't sound like Will Ramos. This sounds like deathcore in general, right? Well, how do we achieve that? Personally, what I do is I open the vowels sometimes. So it's like row, row, row. You know, you do that sound in the middle of your thing. But how do we achieve that? Well, personally, I drop my jaw to the side, like that, to the side, and then I create that pocket of air right here. Right? Same tongue placement, right? But then I move the distortion placement right in that pocket of air right there. So I move it back. How do we do that? That sound. Instead of a U, E, you do it's back. So it's gonna sound like this. If I go from like the U, E to this like pocket of air thing, it sounds like this. you know? That's basically what I'm going for, and it's already like, it sounds more like Will Ramos, like if you ask me, you know. That's how I would approach his techniques, especially for mids and lows. It's always like, you know, you know, whatever he's saying. I don't really know the lyrics. I mean, other than that, really, like, there's the highs, and they're basically normal highs to me. Obviously, his highs are more controlled. He can go higher. He knows all of that whistle scream shit that I don't really control yet. But highs, so nasal, right? How do we make a scream nasal, guys? If you haven't seen my other tutorials, I suggest you go check them out. But if you haven't, it's a sound, very nasal, up here, right in the nose. That's where we place the high scream. It just sounds higher, fuller, especially for fry, which is what I mainly do, right? High scream. You know, up there. That's what we are going for here. And tunnels, right? For the highs, always. So tunnels, we use the tongue. You know, earlier we had the tongue like this, and for tunnels we have the tongue like whoop, this. So it's just creating a pocket of air under the tongue. So you're kind of like going like, right? You see what I mean? So without the tunnel, high scream is, and with tunnels, high scream is. Right, it's just different. It adds texture to the scream. Other than that, what is there to talk about? Like, I mean, there's the thing. I guess if you wanted to do like the, this is just like tunnel with the big thing. That's pretty much it, I think. Is there anything else? Write in the comments if I forgot anything, right? I'll do a short if I forgot anything, just to teach you guys how to do that. But I do think we talked about everything there was here. That sentence didn't make sense, right? I'm really sorry. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I mean, I hope you learned something. Have fun with this, guys. Drink water, always. Stay safe. If it hurts, stop, obviously. Obviously. Take a rest day. If it hurts the next day, don't scream, you know? Like, stay safe with this. It's difficult to learn, and it takes a while to figure out how to use your instrument. So be patient, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Use these techniques to your advantage. Like, if you have not tested them before and you want to now, do it. Add them in your song. Send them to me. I want to hear them. All right, have fun. See you later in another video. Bye-bye.